It doesn't matter what happens day to day. If you invest for the long term, the stock market rewards patience. And when should you sell your stocks, or do you just keep holding on to them? For beginners, my thought process is simple. Think long term. This means that you ideally want to hold on to your investments for at least 3 to 5 years or even longer. Honestly, whenever you buy a stock or an ETF, you just want to buy it, hold on to it, and forget about it. Because the natural reaction for many people is to panic and sell before they lose more. And this is what everyone calls panic selling. And panic selling is precisely how most people lose money in the stock market. So let me show you something that proves why selling in a panic is one of the worst mistakes you can make if you're serious about building wealth. Let's take a look at SPY or SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF that tracks the S&P 500. Let's take a look at a chart of SPY and say we rewind all the way back to the early 2000s. Imagine that you decided to invest in the stock market back then, where maybe you bought a share back in October 2007 for $154. And your plan was to hold on to it and let it grow over several years. Then what happens? Boom, the 2008 financial crisis hits and the entire stock market crashes. At this point, a lot of people start to panic. They sell everything because they're scared. And honestly, I get it. It's terrifying to see your portfolio drop and so much red on your screen. But if you zoom out and use logic instead of fear, history tells us something important, that markets recover. Here's the key. You haven't lost anything unless you actually sell. SPY dropped around $154 to around $73. But if you don't sell, you still own that one share. You only lose money if you sell at a loss. But if you fast forward to say February 2013, take a look at SPY. It's now around $150 per share, and now you've broken even. But if you keep holding on to your ETF, by 2015, SPY is up around $229. And if you fast forward to 2018, you can see that SPY is now $300 per share, and you basically doubled your money. And if you keep holding, you keep ignoring the news, you keep ignoring the noise, and you trust the process, over time, you're going to learn that the stock market always wins. Now, if you take a look at SPY is around $500 to $600 per share, which is almost a 4x return. And all you had to do was patiently wait. So here's the takeaway. It doesn't matter what happens day to day. If you invest for the long term, the stock market rewards patience.